Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Molly, and today we are going to be going through my physical TBR. So this is my physical TBR cart. You can't really see it, but it is kind of stuffed full right now. And one goal that I have for 2024 is really getting through my physical TBR. I saw Destiny Said Well did a video going through her physical TBR, and I want to do that too because I kind of want to like go through it and see how many books I can read on my physical TBR this year, and then at the end of the year see which ones I've read, also which ones I've added, because obviously I'm going to be buying books this year. I'm not going to like put myself on a book buying ban. I am going to try and control myself a little bit more with buying books, but I'm still going to be buying a lot of books because it's like one of my hobbies. Reading, buying, and talking about books are my hobbies. So I think we're just gonna go through. I also am gonna de-haul some books. I'm not really sure which ones I'm gonna de-haul. I was thinking about this last night. There are some on this cart that I have picked up and DNF'd, and I've been thinking maybe about going back, but my thoughts have kind of changed. So I think we're just gonna go through every single book on my physical TBR cart. So basically, I'm gonna push all back so y'all can see more. But this is my physical TBR cart. It's the top, and then the middle is where I put my books of the month. So I took off my December reads because that's a secret until my December wrap up. And then the bottom you can't really see, but that is just more books on the bottom shelf, which I guess we're gonna have to like readjust when we get to the bottom. But we're gonna start on this top. So I'm just gonna go through all the books up here, I guess. Too, I have like a bunch of like bookmarks on the end of my shelf. These are like all my little bookmarks. So when I like start a book, I just got a bookmark. Okay, so first book we have is Sarah Morgan, The Book Club Hotel. I bought this recently, so we're definitely keeping this. This is kind of like a wintry Christmas book. I might read this in January because I think it's more wintry than Christmas. But yeah, so, and then we have Done and Dusted. This is also a new buy for me, and I'm really excited to read this in January. So definitely keeping Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I'm definitely keeping this one because I think this is actually on my TBR for 2024, so definitely keeping that one. I think this might be our first unhaul book. This is Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood. Allie Hazelwood and me, we don't have a good relationship. I've read The Love Hypothesis, and it was okay. It was okay. I think I give it like a 2.53. I've wanted so badly to get into her books because so many people have raved about them. So many people I know, these are literally their favorite books. They love Allie Hazelwood. She's like their favorite author. But I'm not an Allie Hazelwood girly, and I think I'm going to be unhauling this one. So that will not be on my TBR for 2024. Sorry. Next we have A Little Life. I'm really excited to read this. This is an absolutely massive book, and B, apparently like so freaking sad. Why is my dog barking? Okay. Next, I have After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this one I also am really excited to read. Okay, Mom! Sorry. My Taylor Swift cardigan came in, my 1989. I'm gonna show y'all. This is so cute. It came in. It's been on back order for like since Halloween, so like almost 2 months, and it is so stinking cute. I got a pretty big size because I wanted it like slouchy and kind of big, and it's so freaking cute. Okay, now we're gonna get back into it. Okay, next we have The Thorns Remain. Sorry, it was like weird. I'm actually really excited to read this book. I got this, I think over the summer, but this is a fantasy book, and it's like kind of like fantasy I don't know. But basically it's about a group of kids that go like missing, and like Faye are kind of like the ones involved. So I'm so excited. Okay, next we have the Cruel Prince trilogy. This is also some books I really want to read next year. I've heard so many good things about them. I've also heard some not so great things about them. So give or take, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but I'm excited to read it. So yeah. Okay, next, this is also a very recent buy for me. I literally bought this yesterday, but this is The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. This is a rom-com, and I'm really excited to read this one because I've heard so much about it. Also, the cover is so cute. But yeah, okay, next, The American Roommate Experiment. I think I am gonna keep this. I feel like I've heard so many different things about Alana Arma's books. Some people love her, some people hate her. I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm gonna try it. So that is going on our physical TBR. Next we have Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I'm so excited to read this. This is a Never After novel, which is kind of like twisted fairy tales. I love twisted fairy tales. So that is definitely staying. We are almost in the finish line on the top shelf. We still have the bottom. Next we have Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I want to read this because this is kind of like time realism. I've also heard this isn't the best, but I want to read it. Also, it's a really small book, so I can probably finish it pretty quickly. Bringing Down the Duke. I also want to read this next year. This is historical romance, which I've never read a historical romance, so definitely gonna read that. Next we have Caraval. I read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series and I loved it so much, so can't wait to get into Caraval. Mary Jane. I've heard so much about this book and I really want to read it. It's a literary fiction based in the 70s in Baltimore, so it could be good. Next we have In the Weeds by B.K. Borson. I read Love Light Farms and loved it, so this is the second book in that like little series. Next we have Boyfriend Material. I think we're gonna unhaul. I've tried reading that book so many times and it's just so boring to me, and I don't know. Okay, next we have You Asked for Perfect. I don't really know what this is about, but I think I'm gonna keep it because it's YA and I like YA, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm unhauling this book. I'm sorry. I don't know like how to say this without being mean, but I'm just not a huge fan of this book. I DNF'd this 100 pages in. The characters are kind of too weird for me, and the story setting I just wasn't a huge fan of. So I'm gonna unhaul it. Sorry. I tried. I really tried. Next, we have The Outsiders. Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins. I really want to read this because I've heard so many good things about it. I've also heard it's really sad, but sometimes sad books are really good. Next, we have A Flicker in the Dark. I'm not a huge thriller or mystery girly, but I want to get into it, so we're going to try this one out. We're unhauling this book. I tried to read the first like 50 pages and the main girl was just giving pick me, and then I read Goodreads reviews and realized it's just maybe not the book for me. I bought it originally because the cover is so cute and I thought the premise was really good, but I'm just not a fan. Sorry. Next, we have Final Girls by Riley Sager. I'm definitely keeping this book. One of my best friends read this book and absolutely loved it. So, and she's not a big reader. Honestly, the recommendations you get from your friends that aren't like huge readers, I feel like are so valuable, because you're like, if you loved that book and you're not a huge reader, I will definitely enjoy it. I feel like maybe not like love it, but definitely like enjoy it. The Atlas 6, I definitely want to keep this. I have this on audiobook, and I want to get back into reading it and listening it in 2024. Okay, now we're going to go into the bottom. I don't really know how to show, but I'm going to come back. You still can't really see it, but I'm just going to pull them out and then we'll talk about them. So first we have Ruthless Vows. Obviously I'm keeping this. I literally bought this yesterday. It came out yesterday. I cannot wait to read this. This is the second book in the Divine Rivals series. Next we have Slow Days, Fast Company, The World, The Flesh in LA by Eve Babbitt. I cannot wait to read this. I've heard some good things about it. I think Rachel Catherine read it this year, and it's just a cute little short. I can't tell if it's fiction or nonfiction. I think it's fiction. I don't know, but yeah, cute. That's gonna add to my TBR. Next, we have Undercover Bromance by Alyssa K. Adams. I read the Bromance Book Club, which is like the first book to this series, and it was so cute and I absolutely loved it. So I will be reading this one and I'm so excited. Honestly, we'll probably read it in like January. Not gonna lie. Next, we have Keeping 13. I have already read the Boys of Tommen series, but these are the US covers and I literally love them so much. And it's just so special to me if you ever, like if you, oh my god, I can't talk. If you read like, oh my god, why can I not think of the word? Why can't I think of the word? Oh, if you read like indie authors, especially like foreign indie authors, because she's Irish, seeing them in your home Barnes & Noble is just like so special, and it was just so fun like seeing these. So every time I see them, I pick them up. But I think I will be doing a reread of the Boys of Tommen series this year. I just don't know when, but I love these new covers. They're so cute. And then also going along with that, I have Keeping 13, which is, or no, Binding 13, which is the first book. These are both Johnny and Shannon's books. And then the next two are Aoife and Joey. Okay. Next, we have Say You Swear. I'm so excited to read this. This is definitely staying on the physical TBR. Never by Jessa Hastings, also staying on the physical TBR. We are starting the Throne of Glass series in January. I decided to start with the Assassin's Blade, just because I heard that's easier for the world building, and I have a lot of trouble with world building when it comes to fantasy books, so I think this would be the best idea for me, but definitely keeping. Next, we have B.K. Borison, Mixed Signals. This is the third book in the series, but I definitely will be reading the second one, so decided to go ahead and get the third one. Next, we have The Hobbit by J.R. Tolkien. I think that's his name. I'm keeping this either way because I got this in New Zealand and it's just like cool, so definitely keeping. Once More with Feeling. This is by Alyssa Sussman. I've heard not so great things about this book, but I'm keeping it anyways because her first book I loved so much, so I definitely will be reading this one. Us by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. I'm keeping this because I want to read it, and then also I read the first one, so I'm going to keep this one anyways, even if I don't read it. Okay. This is another Allie Hazelwood book. This is Checkmate, and that's going in our unhaul pile. Okay, next we have Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I bought this before I started ACOTAR because I didn't really know about the whole, I didn't really know about the whole like world building with the Sarah J. Maas world, like how the order you're supposed to read the books. Sorry, my mom is cooking and I guess her dog's annoying her, so that's what the screaming is in the background. I didn't know the order of the world building, like how you're supposed to read Sarah J. Maas books before I bought this, but I definitely want to read this anyway, so I'm just going to keep it, but it's probably going to be a minute before I read this because I have to go through the entire Throne of Glass series first, and I still haven't even finished ACOTAR, so Oh my gosh, my back hurts. Okay. Next, we have Deadly Little Scandals. This is the second book to Little White Lies. Definitely keeping this book because I want to finish this series. The Most Likely Club. This was a book given to me by my mom. I might just keep this because the premise sounds cool, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we'll DNF it soon. I don't know. Next, we have Whistleblower. I actually read this on Wattpad, so I'm keeping this also regardless if I read it or not, just because it's one of my favorite books on Wattpad, and I love supporting Wattpad authors. I was a Wattpad girly, if you can't tell. Next is another Sarah Morgan book, The Island Villa, and this also just has a cool premise, so I will be keeping it. We have an Ellen Hinderbrand book. This is The Hotel Nantucket. I Hate You More. I'm just gonna keep this, but I honestly don't know. I've had this for a while and I haven't read it, but maybe in a couple months if I still haven't read it, we'll DNF it. Okay, I got this in a blind date with a book. This is Count Your Lucky Stars. Also, I forgot about so many of these books. I forgot these were on my physical TBR. So, forgot about them. But this is Count Your Lucky Stars by Alexandria Bellafleur. So, maybe. Hopefully this will also make me, like, remember books. This is The No-Show. Maybe I'll read it. Maybe I'll read it on Valentine's Day, because I know it takes place on Valentine's Day by Beth O'Leary, so I'll try it out. Next is another TBR book. This is Forever Interrupted. Next, we have Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. I just thought this sounded cool. Like kidnapping. I don't know. And next, we have 4. This is like the last book in the Divergent series, so I'm be reading this, and they're like cool little special edition books. Okay, so oh, my back hurts. That is my physical TBR for this year, and then also these are the books that I'm going to be unhauling, so just kind of like going through them again. Oh, that's gonna fall. I have Checkmate by Ali Hazelwood, Better Than Fiction by Alexa Martin, Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall, and Love Theoretically, also by Ali Hazelwood. So that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you, and I will see you later. Bye.